All right, there we go. Howdy, everybody. Welcome. It's time. It's is everyone ready? I'm ready. You get PNG tuber Weston today. Yeah, I didn't want to wait. That's kind of where I was at. So this is the first of 2 streams that we will be doing with this. I have a couple more boxes on the way, but you know, it's here. I'm ready. So today's just going to be the play boosters. If you guys are looking for chases like the big serialized chocobo or anything like that, that will be later once everything actually arrives. But this got here a little bit earlier than I expected it to, so we're gonna go ahead and open this up. If you've never done one of my HANDCAM streams before, this setup is very awkward. I'm like hugging my tripod right now, so apologies for any scuff or anything like that, but yeah, we'll have some fun with it. You know, for this set, I just want everything. I just really want everything. There's really no right or wrong. Pretty much anything that I can possibly get, I'm going to like. But I do have a few chase cards up at the very top, a few of my favorites that I'm really looking forward to, but there's a lot more than that I am more than happy to add to the collection. So yeah, so this is a play booster box. We've got 30 packs to open, so we're just going to go ahead and get right into it, I guess. But yeah, thanks a ton, everybody, for supporting the channel all this time. I know I've been talking up these streams for a long time. Needless to say, as most of my content is Final Fantasy based and JRPG based, this is kind of the set that we've all been waiting for. So yeah, you know, I'm going to the pre-release tomorrow. I'm really excited to actually be able to play it, but I have not honestly played Magic in probably 20 years at this point. It's been a very, very long time. So, you know, in terms of like power level and all of this stuff, this is not the stream where you'll be hearing a whole lot about that kind of stuff. You know, there's some really popular cards like Sephiroth and Vivi and so on that I think people are really excited to play. But in terms of like, oh, is this going to make or break standard or anything like that, I genuinely don't know. No, to be honest, I genuinely don't care. A lot of these are going to end up getting put in some hard shell cases and becoming nice display pieces and that kind of thing, just as a Final Fantasy collector. So that being said, we've got it open. All right, and so like I said, apologies for any scuff. This is not 4K ultra webcam or anything like that. It's just my usual one that I use for VTubing. But yeah, let's go. This is it. Yeah, let's get here to discover the coolest cards with Noctis. For some reason, I mean, if you're gonna do the coolest cards, I mean, Noctis is pretty cool. I like Noctis. Oh, hey, they do put in the draft archetypes though for you guys going to the pre-release tomorrow. If you are really excited about playing for the first time in a while, or maybe the first time ever, this kind of gives you an idea of what the different color combinations usually do. Really nice for them to put this in. I know they used to do. Oh, I know they used to do like set lists and that kind of thing. They haven't done that in a while, but this is still very, very handy. So yeah, for most sealed events, you know, you've got to make a deck, a 40 card deck with 6 packs. And, you know, they give you a bunch of basic lands and stuff at the shop usually. But usually you want to go with 2 colors for a set like this, and this kind of shows you what the different color combinations actually do. So yeah, that's really handy. I might take that tomorrow, because I genuinely don't really remember a whole lot about the different color combos. So yeah. ahead and pop this out. Yeah. Because this I will probably keep. I haven't decided yet. I want to keep as much as I can. Some of the box stuff is like, okay, whatever. But yeah, they give me a nice little display. Ta-da! Hey, look. Ready to open my own shop, right? So that being said, I will put this off to the side, and we will just start bringing packs over and start opening, right? Okay, so we've got 30 to get through. we've got a lot to get through. It's gonna be a bit. Okay. So I know I've been watching a lot of people cracking packs and that kind of thing, especially like collector boosters, and they just like rip them open. And like I'm from you know, the VTuber world, right, where we occasionally do some Pokemon pack breaks and that kind of thing, and it's just so odd to me because like that's gonna damage your cards, man. You know, you get too rough with it, you end up bending the corners and stuff. You know, I think this is one of those sets that's very, very unique. This is like maybe the first time that Magic in general has ever had just a truly collectible piece. You know, people like to collect them, but you know, I've seen a lot of people like, oh, the cards are to play and that kind of thing. I don't think they've ever really had a set that really gets into like fandom stuff, right? All right, so we've got the old Shinra reinforcements here. I'm going to try and adjust this as best as possible. Like I said, this is a very scuffed setup. We're doing this live. Is basically what we're doing here. Okay, so yeah, we got the Shinra reinforcements here. Hey, Fat Chocobo. I do love me Fat Chocobo. I was very happy to see that they added this one in. All right. Ooh, Sage's New Lith. I've been leveling my Sage back up to 100, trying to get into some Occult Crescent stuff. So yeah. Here we go. The weapons vendor. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, some of these commons and uncommons I think are going to be kind of surprising when it comes to like actual playability. But you know, half the reason I stopped getting into Magic all those years ago was, you know, you take a look at like Reddit and stuff. They're like, oh, this is 4 mana. This is completely unplayable. And I'm just like, wow, that completely sucks. No wonder you need UB to get people to buy your cards. But I mean, at the same time, like it is Magic. I see a lot of people like, well, the Final Fantasy TCG didn't do all that well, so surely this one won't do all that great. But it's not Magic, right? Even if you're not necessarily like the biggest fan of the game, you gotta admit it's iconic. Like it is the card game of card games, right? Right, Z Shoe Puff. Wonderful. And so like, yeah, it's kind of in this weird bit, and we're like, yeah, there's other card games that can do these kind of things, but it's not Magic, right? And I think that's really one of the big reasons, and that this has just really kind of popped off so much, right? Hey, there's Ardbert. We got to finish disc 4 at some point this next week. Yeah, like I said, sorry if the autofocus is not the best. I'm trying. It's so scuffed. This setup is so bad. All right. Hey, there's the cargo ship. Nice, nice. A lot of vehicles, a lot of equipments and artifacts. Fire magic. All right, Vivi, go off. Hey, Zodiark. There we go. So I've got a chase for the borderless Heidelin. That's probably my favorite art of anything in the set. I don't even really care if it's like foil or anything like that. But yeah, the borderless alt art Heidelin is absolutely beautiful. All right. What do we got? Choco Mog. Wonderful. What do we get in the back? Okay, there's our land. Yeah, a lot of interesting land stuff going on with the adventures and all of that. I'm kind of curious what people end up doing with a lot of it. Hey, Golbez. Not a side one, but still. Yeah, these are... I've seen some people asking about the art, and like, some people don't like it, some people do like it. I really like it. I gotta say, like, this art card looks much, much better in person than it really shows online. Just the ink is very, very deep on it. Very nice sheen. Yeah. These are honestly some really, really beautiful cards. So yeah, I'm kind of curious how that's going to end up changing some things around. And you know, maybe shift some expectations about all of this, right? There we go. Because yeah, that really is just a beautiful piece of work in person. Like I said, it definitely doesn't show through like my 720 webcam or whatever, right? But yeah, the ink on that thing is just, it's gorgeous. Okay, so let's go ahead and get all of our sleeves and stuff. I will worry about sleeving like the commons and uncommons and all of that stuff off stream. We got 30 packs to get through, right? So I'm not super worried about it, but all of the rares, any mythics that we get, I will definitely be trying my best to keep those sleeved ASAP. There we go. All right, one down. Okay. And on to pack number 2. I get a little glare. Yeah, what's a little glare? You guys will be fine. All right. And a number 2. Perfect. Yeah, get that off the side. All right. What do we got? Preesh. Yeah, I was really disappointed that Preesh did not get an actual character card for this, and I think a lot of the 11 fans are. I haven't played 11, but I really liked her in the collab with the New Alliance raid. So yeah, I'm a Preesh stan. Hey, Quackern, there we go. Beast Citizen, draw a card. Yeah, I like how they've incorporated a lot of the like merchant abilities and flavor. Here we go. Slash of light. Yeah. Hey, there we go. That's got to get a sleeve. Sleeving a common. What are you talking about? As a red mage, I feel it's my duty, right? But by the way, if you want to learn how to play red mage in FF14, check out my Talking the Red series, and sure enough, you can find out. Which, by the way, we got to talk about the Alizé Alphino that they announced today, the promo set. Like, that's the art that I wanted in the main set, or even the commander set. But no, it's got to be a promo, so, you know, there goes more of my wallet, I guess. All right, we're getting a lot of equipments. All right, hey, there's Minphilly and the White Aura site. Nice, nice. Hey, there we go, our first FCA card. Very cool. So we got Seymour. We'll be getting to him next game. It'll take a couple more streams to finish out 9, but we'll be getting there. All right, putting him off to the side. Hey, Quina. There we go. Rufus. God, I hate Rufus so much. Just because the fight is so annoying, right? All right, our unexpected request. Here we go. Our game that we're currently on in our complete playthrough. Is that the Woodblock Shiva? I believe it is. I believe it is. Not foil or anything. But yeah, I really, really like what they have done with the artwork for like a lot of the woodblock and alt art prints. Really, really impressive. I'm very excited to start getting a hold of a couple of the collector stuff and see what some of them look like in foil, because I'm guessing like stuff like Valagarmonda probably looks absolutely incredible in the foil with how they've done some of the treatments on it. There's our three-headed boy, our girlfriend Cerberus. Yeah, we're getting a lot of Shinra today. All right, I guess I can go ahead and wrap up Seymour there. It's an FCA, probably worth it. All right. Yeah, we got Rufus earlier. Now we got Reno and Rude. You know, we got them in foil. Very cool. Yeah, definitely shows up a little bit better on camera than I expected. The last time that we did one of these with some of the foil treatments, they just really didn't show up all that well. I know it's kind of hard to read because the black does not show up, but yeah, it looks really nice. All right, Robin Nostra. And a hero token. Robin Nostra, and there we go. I'm already hearing the music in my head. Who's ready for math? There we go. All right. So we're already starting to get some interesting stuff. I'm digging it so far, but still, I need more of my 14 people. I need more Yashtola. There we go. Nice. I don't know. I just laugh every time I see this. He's so happy. He's so happy. As expected of a Gubu. There we go. Of course, our favorite opening boss, the Scorpion Sentinel. Nice. Another Choco Mog. All right. Not a foil this time. All right. We got the item shopkeep. Marlboros. Marlboros. Not these things again. I do like the bad breath is the ability. Hey, there's our instant ramen. There we go. All right. Hagen. The old standby. This is the 14 version, but we've been seeing a lot of them over the course of our playthroughs the past few months, haven't we? All right. Nice, nice. Fighting old MIDI. Hey, there's Rydia. Very cool. This one I am excited about in terms of like playability and playable cards. It seems like a lot of people really like Rydia, and I think Landfall just in general seems really, really strong this set. Right. Zach. Hey, it's Greg. Hey, we got Greg. Nice. Already here. Battle at the Big Bridge playing in my head. All right. Oh, and we got another GF Cerberus, but this one's the wood block. This one's the wood block. Man, I mean, I like dogs. I don't need this many dogs. Oh, a foil Ultros. A foil Ultros. Oh no. Oh no, we're giving him too much power. We can't let him have that. We can't give Ultros oil. Don't tease the squid. And of course, our first basic mountain. That's also part of the reason that I'm opening this today, is that I need to get some basic lands for tomorrow's pre-release. I don't have like any. Like I said, it's been a while. I've always gone through cycles of like having cards and then not having cards. So I'm currently in the phase of rebuilding once again. Ooh, this one's signed too. Very cool. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, these art cards are just, they're gorgeous, man. I'm really digging them. All right. The lesser known villains from the early days, but there he is. Great job on the art. Props to all of the artists on this set that I know have been really excited to share their work. I know some people are like, no one cares about the hero tokens. Who cares about someone else's Warrior of Light? It's Reddit being Reddit, right? I care. People sharing their walls is like half the reason to play 14. We love our walls. We love seeing other people's hard work. So yeah, it's been very, very cool seeing all of that kind of come together. All right, so we got some Magic Tech infantry. All right. Warrior sword. Nice. Yeah, the job select thing is going to be really interesting to see how all of that ends up panning out. I'm very curious. All right. Chocobo kick. I need Red Comet. Where's Red Comet at? Dreams of Laguna. 8. You know my thoughts on 8 at this point. Blitzball. Hey, there we go. Really excited to start playing that again. All right. The Iron Giant. Go. Sorceress's Schemes. I am very curious when the box toppers from Japan are going to start going up, because I really want the Force of Negation that comes from over there, but you know it's going to be hard. Only 2,000 of them made. Yeah. All right, favorite little cacti. There we go. Hey, there's Garnet. Yeah, Garnet's another one that I think people are really curious about. Like, very cheap. Seems like it has some pretty interesting combinations that can go with it. But again, I'm not like the best to talk about it, but I just know the chatter that I've been seeing out and about, right? All right, Ultimacia, there we go. Look at the backside there. Yeah. There we go. And hey, it's our boy. It's our boy. There he is. And it's the one that I wanted too. I mean, everyone wants this one. It's the Nomura Alt Art Sephiroth. This is not the foil. You know, if you really want, like, make money back or whatever, you gotta find the ones in the foils. But any of the guest art cards, I mean, I am ready for them. So, you know, the Nomura, Amino. Here we go. The One-Winged Angel by Nomura himself. Brand new artwork. Super excited. All right. Very nice. Very nice. That's our first, yeah, this is our first mythic of the set as well. And this one gets a hard case. Yeah. Nomura gets a hard case. It couldn't be any other way. It couldn't be any other way. There we go. Look at that. Gorgeous. Man, I hope that's not killing my chances to get a Monoterra. Monoterra is really the one that I want of the guest art cards, right? All right, was this? There we go. In foil. Go off the shiny foil there. Gone Town of Ruin. Hey, this one's a foil too. All right, so we got a couple foils there. And there's Meteor. Here's our boy. And some treasure. All right. Here we go. We're what? 4 packs in? 5 packs in? Something like that. Yeah, I've been interesting. It's been interesting to see some of the reaction to this, especially from the Magic side of things. It's like I said, this is really like the first big, I think, collectible thing. Like everyone knows Black Lotus and stuff, but like even then, if you go and watch like the Golden Touch or whatever it is on Netflix, like Black Lotus got like 20 seconds out of 2 seasons, right? In terms of like collectible stuff, Magic's always been more of like a game that you play. Right? So it's been interesting to see some of the takes, to say the least. Blazing Bomb, all right. All right, a Fight On, nice, nice. Here's our Gyashol greens. I've been stocking up on those too. Ooh, I need to buy another Thavnarian Onion. That reminds me, I need to get my Chocobo leveled. Is it really? Hey, you how's it going, man? You excited for tomorrow? I'm excited for tomorrow. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, really any of this stuff is going to be, if it's the guest art stuff, yeah, they're going to go for some numbers. There we go. Nice. Fortunately, I can't use any of the things that I'm opening today. It'd be really nice if I could bring that Sephiroth tomorrow, but I don't think they'll allow it. All right. Hey, Garnet. There we go. Another FCA card. So we'll put that off to the side to put that in a sleeve in a second. All right, Ignis. All right. The sandworms are a lot safer for work in the card art than they are in 14. They definitely have some design choices. Hey, there you are. There you are, Holton. Here's Diamond Weapon, buddy. Wanna go fight that thing again? Hey, there we go. There we go. It's not the full art or anything. It's not the full art, but he's getting a sleeve. Oh, Emmett Selk. Oh, Emmett. Wonder when he would show up. 80s. Here's our lad. Best villain ever written into a Final Fantasy game. Brad, you gotta play. You gotta play the free trial. Allows you to play up to like level 80. For free on all jobs. Through the Stormblood expansion. Alright, foil Iron Giant. Very nice, very nice. Solemn. Ooh. Oh. It's not a sign. But that's still getting a sleeve. Wow. This is absolutely gorgeous in real life. These colors are so vibrant. Wow, I don't think I have ever seen Magic cards like this. Even like some of the Aether Drift stuff. Because that's when I started getting back into it, just kind of like start prepping for this set. Like the FCA and art cards are cool. Like the ink that they've used on this is just like a whole other level. Just absolutely gorgeous. All right. The name, that was Emmett Selk. We'll see if I can get it. Like I said, it's probably not gonna want autofocus because this webcam is garbage. But that's fine. There we go. There we go. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, there he is. Let me see if I can turn off the old auto voice. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I can figure out technology. Yeah, the extended artwork and the borderless on those is going to be they're going to go for some numbers. That's 14 fans. All right, but yeah, here's a nice close up of the Vivi, right? Yeah, just absolutely gorgeous artwork. All right, and I'll show you the old Sephi. There we go. Obviously, I want him in foil, but that's fine. That's fine. We got more boxes and stuff on the way. The Sephiroth is called Sephiroth, really. But yeah, like I was saying, it's been really interesting to see some of the takes about this set. Like, I think a lot of people were kind of surprised that Final Fantasy ended up being the biggest one. But like for a lot of Final Fantasy fans, it's not really that much of a surprise at all, right? Everyone's like, oh, Lord of the Rings is so much more well-known and that kind of thing. And it's like, yes and no. You know, for something like this, it's not just like what people know. Like, Lord of the Rings is obviously one of the most influential books of all time. Probably the most influential book of our modern age, right? Whenever people start posting like, oh, here are the licensed money values for these different properties, which is always kind of the go-to argument, you know, that Wikipedia list of highest licensed value, right? There's two problems wrong with that. First of all, it doesn't tell you where that licensing money comes from. And in the case of something like Lord of the Rings or like really a whole lot of other stuff, it's very front-loaded on properties that have movie rights, because that counts, right? Studio pays them a lot of money. They get the licensing rights, right? Yeah, exactly, right? So you can't really just look at like, oh, Lord of the Rings has a higher monetary value, right? Like, no one's arguing that Lord of the Rings isn't more influential, because it is. But it's very front-loaded in the movies, and as a bookseller, it's very front-loaded into the books themselves. You know, we sell a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff, but we don't really sell it, right? Like, we have it in inventory, but that doesn't mean we sell it. The books are what sell. It always circles back around to the books. And then the other big thing with using stuff like, oh, licensed value, right, is that for something like collectibles and fandoms, you can't really use just the officially licensed stuff. You'd have to look at, hope you get that Vivi. Yeah, I really want that borderless Vivi, man. But yeah, you have to look at unlicensed work, right? Which is very hard to track. Like that's why there's no numbers for it, right? But that's a much better judge of like what a fandom is like and what they're spending money on. So like you go to Comic-Con, you might see a couple Gandalfs walking around, right? But you're going to see a whole lot more Tifas and Squalls. You know, that's just the nature of fandoms, I think, is that there's a lot of it and a lot of the collectability stuff that is front loaded or backloaded by unlicensed properties, right? So you can't really just use the Wikipedia article for net worth of property, right? And that's not to say that like I don't think others are going to do very well. A lot of people talking about, hey, such devastation. That was not my intention. There we go. So I think, you know, I don't think Spider-Man's going to do Final Fantasy numbers, right? Because for something like that, it's all about Spider-Man, not the villains, not a lot of the side stuff, right? But I think if we're talking Marvel, I think one of the ones that will do very well is probably X-Men. If we're talking about something that fits very well with Magic, has a lot of collectors and fandom based around it, it's got to be X-Men, right? Huge cast of characters, all extremely well-known and popular. You hit that nostalgia from those of us that grew up watching the 90s cartoon, right? So, yeah, I think Marvel can definitely start matching it, but it's not going to be Spider-Man. It's got to be X-Men if they're going to try doing that route. Other stuff, you know, it's hard to tell. You know, hey, there's our first Sid, and it's the 6th Sid. Yeah, one of my favorites. Nice. Look at that. My arms are getting tired. We're only like five packs in. Hey, there's Seth. Nice. We'll get to you later. We still got a couple games to go before we can get to you. You're rare, so you get off to the side. I'll bet. Oh no. We haven't gotten a Waka card yet, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Yo. First swamp. Nice. I need give me the basic lands because I need a lot. All right, and then got a bard. Ooh, I don't think I saw the frog tokens. Yeah, like I said, it's not the best webcam. I wanted to get a new one, but all the like the new ones that do 60 FPS and stuff, they're all Type C, and I don't have Type C on this computer. Here, I'll kind of go through what we've actually sleeved and stuff so far, so you can actually see them. Here we go. So I'm mostly sleeving. I mean, I'm going to sleeve them all eventually, just off stream, right? I'm mostly sleeving the rares, mythics, and then FCA cards. Art cards, anything like that. This is our first signed art card, right? Yeah. Signature really shows up on these. And Ultros, because you gotta sleeve Ultros. Probably my favorite scene in any of the Final Fantasy games. The opera. Yeah, they'll have a basic land table once we get there. But like I'd like to have some of my own, so I'm not having to like give them back or something like that at the end of the day, right? There we go. Yeah, I found my old dice pouch. I'm using my playmat, which I want to go a little early tomorrow to see if they got any of the Ultra Pro playmats in, because they've got a Y'shtola that I really want. Greg. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much ready. But yeah, anything that I can bring that's our own instead of having to borrow from the store, I'm gonna try, right? Also, I never realized his name was Guado. There we go. Alright, Cerberus in the non-wood block. Woodblock Shiva, I was really happy about this one. Only an uncommon, but that's okay. And of course, Red Mage Rapier, because that's what I play. Gotta represent the old RDM. First rare of the box was Zodiark. Looking for your sister. Come on. And Golbez, which again, absolutely gorgeous in person. I really cannot emphasize enough, because it does not show up through this camera. I don't know if it'd show up through any camera. how good the ink is on these art cards. They're truly impressive, right? All right. But yeah, like I was saying, in terms of like other properties, it's gonna be interesting to see what they can do. I feel like they kind of went really big right off the bat, and I don't know where they're gonna go from there. Avatar, I was excited about until they said Korra was not included, so there goes that. Yeah, it would have to be something like you know, the wizard property. Which doesn't make me super happy, but you know, it is what it is. We still sell a lot of the books at our store. And then everything else really already has its own card game, right? Which makes it a little tricky. But yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy for people that are like mainly Magic players that don't know a lot about Final Fantasy, I mean, this is one of gaming's like tentpole franchises, right? Like this is one of the pillars of video games in video game history. So of course it's going to have a huge fandom. And they're also, the other thing that doesn't really help the prices all that much, they're very stingy about their collabs. Square Enix is very careful about the kind of stuff that they collab with. And usually when they do big collabs, they're very high-end items. Like I've got my everyday watch, which is a $400 Citizen watch from Final Fantasy XIV. They have that Fender custom strat that was $4,000. You know, record collections, that kind of thing. Like they do a few cheap items here and there, but they don't really put out a whole lot of stuff. And like I said, when they do, they typically are pretty high quality. So I think that really contributed a lot to how hyped this was. But also at the same time, like I said, I think people in Magic are kind of undervaluing the influence of their own card game. When they start saying stuff like, oh, well, the Final Fantasy TCG didn't do all that well. Why would this one? Well, again, it's not Magic, right? You know, it's still Magic the Gathering. That's what kind of makes it special. Like, don't undersell your own game. Good old Dwarven Castle Guard. All right, I'm bumping things, sorry. Yeah, the secret layer I am going to try on Monday. I'm not super hopeful. I'll probably end up having to buy it off of eBay. But I really want the weapon set because the art on that one is fantastic. And it's got Gaia with a giant hammer. Or Colossus hammer that is absolutely iconic for 14 players. Another Blitz Ball. Hey, our first Adventurers in. Very nice. Kind of what they did to introduce the town's land type, right? Shambling Sieth. All right, from 13, we'll be getting to that later. The regular Shiva. All right, hey, Saz's Chocobo. I am kind of excited to see what people start doing with Chocobo sets. Chocobos seem like they're going to be really strong in this set. But then again, you know, yesterday I got beaten by a bunch of squirrels trying to do my dailies in Arena. All right, side quest, catch a fish. Flip it. Got our cooking campsite. All right, and Sin. There we go. All right, you know this is all your fault, by the way. This is all you because of this game. I had never played a Final Fantasy until you let me borrow your PS2 back in the day and play FF10. So this is all you're doing. All right, that'll get a sleeve. Relation. Swamps. Oh wow, I got a land and a token. Bird. Just bird. It's not special enough to get the old Chocobo name. All right, get him sleeved up. Yeah, man. This was all you. I'm sure we still have a VHS sitting around somewhere because I recorded the ending because it made me cry so much. And I'm ready to do it all over again once we finish FF9. Which, speaking of, if you haven't been watching, I played through all of Remake and Rebirth And I called you out a bunch of times saying, hey, I know my buddy's never going to finish this game. So I'm doing this playthrough so he can watch it instead. They're on a playlist. Please. That was all for you, man. You're never gonna do it. Go finish remake. Alright, I got airship crash. Dealing with that not long ago on our streams. Retrieve the Esper. Nice. Nice. The old Magitech cannon. Fate of the Suncrist. Alright. From 12. We get into that eventually. The City and Elder. Alright, from 4. Yeah, I just got done doing that, doing this scene not long ago in my own playthrough, in my private playthrough off stream. But you can go back, you can watch it in the playlist of our complete Final Fantasy playthroughs. You want to see the on-stream version. More Hecties. Alright. Another Loporrit Scout. Alright, and we're starting to get some repeats. That's not bad. Bane's Treachery. Alright. Reawaken. X-Death. I'm a tree. And our Delivery Moogle, which we've also been dealing with a lot. Hey, there's Locke. There he is. Very nice. Very nice. Still one of my favorite games of all time. I am still looking for, like, sellers. Series depends on which translation you get. Alright, there's the Masamune. There it is. See, very curious what kind of combos we're going to see with that. Hey! Woodblock Greg! Woodblock Greg! Look at him. Look at him. Man, Greg loves us today. He's everywhere. That's kind of fitting for him, I guess. Yeah, I really want to see some of these woodblocks in foil, though. And a Fat Chocobo foil. Woo! I already got a Fat Chocobo earlier, but this one's fancy. And another Gugangus. Ooh. Ooh, the final days of Amarot. Final days of Amarot. Here it is. Man. So just judging, because we've been getting a fair amount of the art cards. They said about 1 in 3 packs, and that seems about right. I am curious what the rate on the signed cards is, because we've only got 1 signed card so far. And we still haven't seen our wife / mommy, Y'shtola. She's the one I really want, but I want the Mogi art of Y'shtola. Here we go. And I am still kind of molding about Alphino and Alizé getting promo cards, because that's the art that I wanted in the Commander set. Like, I don't want to disparage artists, but man, I was expecting a little more from the twins. And then they've showed those promo cards like, wow, that's exactly the art that I wanted in the main set. And then they didn't get main set cards. We only have the ones from the Commander decks. All right. Ugh. We're about halfway, it seems. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. All right. Not halfway. He's still got a long ways to go. All right, our Bard's Bow. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to keep bumping this thing over and over again. I apologize. This is not a great setup. All right, stuck in the Summoner's Sanctum. From 10. Nice, nice. You're not alone. I love that they put this on a card. And we just did this last night on stream. I love that they started making some of the more popular and famous songs as cards. Battle of the Big Bridge, we got an FCA card for that. Light of Judgment. Oh no! No, run away! Don't pray, Aerith. Run! Standard creature removal. Mage's Staff. Nice. Oh, yes, yes, it's one of the FCAs I really wanted. She's my waifu. Do have a $500 statue of her sitting around somewhere. She's boxed up right now. but yeah, there we go. God, I really want the Amano. I want Amano, Kefka, and Terra, and that's the problem. And there's probably not going to be nearly enough in just this one box. They don't have the highest of rates. Judge Master Gubrath. All right, for 12. Okay. Taking a lock. All right, there's the Emperor. So we have his art card. Flip him over. He's Lord Master of Hell. Very few, very few cards from 2. All right, there's our first crystal. The crystal rare, the Wind Crystal. There we go. Rook turret. There we go. You know, that's done some work for me in Crystal and Conflict, so I can't complain that much. Forest. And another hero token. With a Moogle. There he is. I was wondering when I get some Moogle tokens. Yeah, the crystals are interesting. It seems like there's a couple that you can do a lot of things with, and a couple that are kind of garbage. Just have to see what that goes. Yeah, FF2 was it was a thing that existed. I remember playing through it. It was not the best time. You can see why it doesn't get a ton of love. Oh, I gotta slouch. I gotta get my gamer posture going. This is like hurting. Okay, make sure I'm not gonna cut my cards. There we go. All right. Onwards we go. We continue. There we go. It's Paladin Arms. We got Aether and Prewind sitting around somewhere. Who knows where. I got our Sabatender. All right. Give me a moment. I'm going to adjust this microphone. All right. There we go. Hopefully we won't be bumping into it a bunch. All right, so we got our Sabatender. Already got a regular Cactuar. Might as well add to it. Oh, cornered by Black Mages. No, Vivi. No. Probably one of the memeiest cards of the set. Being with Beavers. Even when I close my eyes, I can still see. I don't think we've got a suplex though. Still gotta find one of those. Ice Flan. EU Flans. Another Adventures in. Hey, okay, Vincent's Limit Break. Nice, nice. It's interesting to see what they're doing with the tiered casts. Curious how that's gonna go. There we go. So one of the examples they use in the draft guide, like, this card is really powerful. I'm like, it's 6 mana, it's not. That's Katana. Restoration Magic. Cura and Curaga. There we go. Oh, crystal fragments. Oh, this makes me so happy. This makes me so happy. This makes me so happy. Wait, I've got something for this. It's gonna get me demonetized. It's gonna get me demonetized, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. We'll just have to be okay. Where's my keyboard? Where are you? There we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. I got my audio up. Where is he? Oh, buddy. Are you ready? Are you ready for the flip? Are you ready for the flip? Yeah. There he is. There's the boy. The big boy. Alex. Oh yeah, oh wow, I can't believe I got this into the block. I am super hyped about this. someone run T with me. I really want my T weapon, please. My last static was not great. They weren't great. All right, that's enough of Rise. Okay. Yeah, that's getting, and the Regalia. There we go. And the Regalia. Nice. Nice. Me and the boys. Me and the bros. Pull a Black Mage's Rod. Alright. Alright, I think this is our first planes. And another hero token. Alright. Very nice. Oh, that was a good pack. I'm happy with that pack. Very happy with that pack. Crystal Fragments. That was one of the ones that, like, it's not like a chase card for me. It's only an uncommon, but I still really wanted it. I still really wanted it. God, I'm gonna have to buy a binder for all of this or something. I can't just keep these in like a box, right? I guess I can. Not going to. All right, onwards. Keep going. God, it's getting really hot in here. All right, Cloudbound Moogle. We're in the sea clouds. Very familiar with that. Ooh, our first Ifrit. There we go. The 8 version, like the baby's first summon version. Oh, Harriman. These nerds again. Hey, here we are, our first dino. I love that one guy on Reddit that just every set he just wants to know if there's some dinos. I think there's even a Dinos Magic subreddit. You know what? Living your best life, man. You keep doing your thing. Don't let anyone keep you down. The Dragoon's Wyvern. There we go. Cute. The 11 version, but again, I've never played 11. I really wish that they would start merging the paid accounts for 14 and 11. But I guess they still make enough money on each one that they don't worry about it too much. Ooh, Ramu. All right. Here we go. Nice. All right, so we're getting some good summons. Elixir. And as a reminder, this is not a Loporrit. This is a Hummingway. You can see this is from 4. Little Hummingway. Go. Clash of the Icons. I am excited to get to 16 eventually. I've managed to like avoid spoiling myself this far, and then the set came out and they're like, oh, by the way, here's the final boss from 16 as a card. I'm like, well, okay. But, you know, I'm still interested in playing it. So there's that. Okay, Lindblom. Oh, okay. Our first rare land. Our first adventure land. There we go. We're getting a lot of 9. I feel like we are very 9 heavy. Makes sense since that's what we've been playing. And then the regular version of Crystal Fragments in the foil with Alex and his wings. There we go. All right, our island and another hero token. All right, it's been a few packs since we had another art card, so we're just about due. Yo. Ugh. My desk is being overtaken here. I gotta move some of this stuff. There we go. There we go. Okay. You know, it might fall off the desk. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Whew. We're getting there. Make sure. All right, go ahead and start a new pile. All right, so we got some Thunder Magic. Thunder, Thundara, and a Thundaga. Oh, Resentful Revelation. Got that. Hey, it's our first card with Waka. There we go. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. 2 for 3/3 trample. Here we go. Pretty standard for green. Probably see some use. Combat Tutorial. Another Paladin's Arms. Syncopate. That was like in the first pack that we opened. Hey, there we go. There's another art card. I knew what we were about to do. There's another FCA. You know, from 12. Once again, very pretty IRL. Okay. Travel the Overworld. I wonder when we're gonna see Triple Triad. Wonder when we're gonna see some Triple Triad. I feel like it's coming. Oron's Inspiration. There we go. This ghost just hanging out back there. You know, as one does. Here we go. Overkill. One of the funnier cards in the set. Look at that. You know, when you really need to make sure that the creatures are gone. All right, raise a Chocobo. What do we get if we raise a Chocobo? Oh, we get a black Chocobo. Look at him. Nice. All right, and Esper Origins. Man, we're getting some good wood blocks. Getting some good wood blocks. There we go, and of course, we flip it. We got Madu in there. Daddy. Here. All right. Full Paladin's Arms. Foil Island, because why not? And a bird. And a wizard. Ooh. All right. Man, still none of the big A-listers. I mean, obviously we got the Sephi. That was a good pull. I'm still very excited about that. I'll be pogging about that a little bit off stream later. But yeah, no Terra, no Kefka, no Y'shtola. Man, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a little hurt by it. After all the time that we put into FF content. But, you know, we've still got some more boxes on the way. Like I said, this is one of two. One of two streams. This is the play boosters, but we have some higher dollar stuff along the way. We'll be doing that in a couple weeks. It's going to take a little bit of time for everything to get here. All right. Some more Dire Rats. We've had some rat decks that have been really just kind of kicking my butt in Arena. But to be fair, I'm just doing like color challenges. I'm just getting my dailies done. So it's not like the biggest deal. I'm not really making a whole lot of decks. The problem with making decks is that you don't just have to know the cards in the set you want, you also have to know a lot of the past cards for standard. There's a lot of cards. Here we go. Warrior Sword, we got one of those. Man, we're getting a lot of Iron Giants. Another Vincent's Limit Break, all right. Yeah. Completely does not fit what the card actually does. But you know I will always pog for some Shadowbringers and Endwalker artwork. There we go. This was my phone background for a long time. I moved it to the Endwalker one, but yeah. I do love my Shadowbringers. Hey, there we go. There's Ash. There we go. Ley lines. I'm just really sad that the flavor text doesn't say no, you move. All right, the Thief's Knife. All right, I think we're getting pretty good on our equipments. I think we still need Dancer's Chakrams, maybe. All right, oh, traveling Chocobo. There he is. Work. Where? All right. Not, of course, one of the fancy, expensive ones. Gotta hope for one of those in the other boxes we're in. But yeah, Very good card though. I think this is one of those that people are very curious where this ends up on the scale. But I've seen some pretty crazy strats going on already with them. So we'll see. And then Cloud of Darkness in foil. So sick of running World of Darkness. I'm so sick of it. But I got more stuff I got to level. Mountain. Of course, where we meet Sabin. Yeah. And speaking of the Dancer Chakrams, there we go. Once again, not a signed one. That's fine. I'm cool with that. So far, only one signed. Very big surprise. I'm kind of surprised at the rarity for the signed ones. Unfortunately, we did not get like one of the popular signed ones, but that's okay. I think they'll all go pretty well. And like I said, a lot of these are going into the collection. I don't intend to like get rid of them. Maybe if I get some doubles or something like that, but not a high priority. It's just, you know, a situation where it's like, I don't really make enough to like do a whole lot with it. I could take a big vacation or something, but I had enough to like buy something nice. I'm like, you know what? It's time for Magic. I'm not doing anything with all this, so let's just go ahead and start collecting again. There we go. Okay. Oof. Ooh, give me a second. I'm gonna turn up the air. It's like hot with all this stuff running. Okay. Ooh. You wouldn't think that like cracking packs would be a workout, but you would be wrong. This is a lot. This is a lot. My posture is going to be so correct after this. I'm going to have the best posture of any gamer. Okay. Oh. Okay, so we've been starting to get some doubles, so you know we'll be able to speed up a little bit. All right, so we got a Gigantode. All right, another Rook turret. Aerith Rescue Mission. I love the flavor on this card. I love the flavor on this card if you haven't seen it. Which do you choose? I always take the 59 flights of stairs. Every time. Every run that I've done of it. I've taken the 59 flights. That's content, baby. That's streamer life. Another Blazing Bomb. Fight on. Magic Pot. Ooh, Grand Pulse Ochu. Okay. Of course, very familiar with the Ochus, but not the Grand Pulses. We haven't gotten to 13 yet. So we'll be getting there eventually. I'm actually kind of excited about 13. It gets a bad rap. I played about half of it. I liked it. I think it would have had a very different reputation if it didn't have the Final Fantasy name attached to it. Just like as its own JRPG, I thought it was really good. Very cool battle system in it. Ether. There you go. Don't know that it necessarily needed to be the 7 one, but that's okay. The final days of Amarot. Oh no. Oh no. What have you done? Medion, no. There it is. There it is. Are you humming the music right now? Not the woodblock one. I like the woodblock one a little bit more. It's a very cool looking card. Moogles. Wow, I got 2 rares. 2 rares. Got some Moogles. More Moogly buddies. Kubo. Queen Brawny in the foil. There we go. Swamp a foil. And another hero token. All right. Got 2 rare pack. Not bad. Not bad at all. We'll take it. Oop. Oop. God damn it. Now I've got that stuck in my head. Oh. In the box to sleeve later. Whew. Scissors, you're getting some work. It's been a while since we've done this. I like doing these kind of things. It's just, you know, it's too pricey to do all the time. But as always, like and subscribe if you want to see a VTuber that loves Final Fantasy and various other things. We do a little bit of everything here, right? All right, another Fat Chocobo. Man, Fat Chocobo loves us today, huh? A lot of these guys. All right, and Sage's Newlits. Again, weapons vendor again. Haste magic. So we've been through a lot of these. I'll make sure that we're nice and close since, you know, first couple packs we opened, we didn't have the best focus on it. Here goes Syncopate. First Phoenix down. Very nice. Very nice. Realm sketching. Yay. I was wondering where this one would show up. This one's just it's just a fun card. I don't know how much use it's going to see. I think some people find some interesting things to do with it, but it's another one where just I love the artwork on it. It just looks really good. You know, come to think of it, as we're going through these, I haven't really seen a whole lot of like extended arts so far. I feel like just my regular pack buying from work at a discount. I got more stuff from like Dragonstorm and Aether Drift, right? Yeah. The Lunar Whale. The whale. He seats 8, but I usually just end up flying by myself. Yeah. All right, there's Kuja. There's Kuja. We got to take him down next stream. Excited. Yeah. Red Z Shoepuff again in the foil. All right, Mountain. And Tataru. Oh, yay. There she is. Oh, it's a shame this one's not the sign. I would love a signed one of this, but that's okay. I'm just happy that I got it. Taru and her fat cat. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy I got that. I don't even need the card. I just want the art for that one. I love Tataru. Most powerful scion of the 7th Dawn. All right. Yeah, we really have not seen a whole lot of extended arts. I'm kind of surprised by that. Maybe there's just fewer than I thought because there's so many alt art versions, right? Here we go. Oop. All right. All right, Sabatender again. Another dire rat. You know, I live that life sometimes. Another Chocobo kick. We still don't have a red comet either. I'm really curious when we're going to see our first Choco Comet. Match Tech Infantry. I feel like we're doing pretty good. We've gotten a good portion of the commons and uncommons. So at this point, it's just really just kind of looking for the big boys, the uncommons, mythics. I think this is our first Eden. There we go. Hey, there's Barrett. Planet's dying, Cloud. Anima. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not the woodblock version. But yeah, there we go. That's for you, Holden. That's for you, buddy. All right. Side quest, hunt the mark. And what do we get? Oh, Yasmat. Oh, Yasmat. Apparently this is like genuinely one of the hardest fights they've ever done in a mainline final. See, we'll get to that eventually. Not a rare, is it? No, it's an uncommon. There we go. From father to son, gifting us the regalia. Here we go. And it's a Hagen. Okay. Oh, hey, Baron. There we go. All right. It's not as much in that pack. We got the Anima. But, you know, that's okay. All right. On, onwards and upwards. The packs just keep coming. Okay. All right. Ourselves a curl. Nice. Call of the Mountain Chocobo. He's coming. He's here, lads. All right. Okay, there we go. I'm getting some new stuff. Grub for air. All right. And getting some stuff from games that I've never played. Mostly just 11. I've played like bits and pieces of most of them, right? I am excited to finally get through and finish some of them. There we go. Scorpion Sentinel. If you didn't see it all that well the first time. Hill Gygus, okay. You guys were such a pain to fight in 6. First time you meet them. Later on, they're a good source of farming, right? Yeah, first time. Oof. Oof, you enter town. There's Bart's and on a mono. There we go. Our first mono art. Nice. Nice. We got a... It's just the FCA, so it's not like the alt art, but that's fine. 1. Ta-da. All right. Yeah, that's getting the sleeve. That's probably getting a hard case, come to think of it. All right. Hey. Titus. I'm never going to pronounce it Titus. I know that's how it's supposed to be. I refuse. Titus. There we go. Phantom Train. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Where's the suplex? Lucy. Nice. Oh, X-Death. There we go. There's our buddy. Oh. By the way, 4-Job Fiesta starting soon. Just so you know, if you've never done it, it's a good chance to try and play 5 for the first time. Yeah. There we go. I'm very surprised he's just an uncommon. Fire Crystal, okay. Obsidian Elder. Forest. And a copy, alright. Yeah, our first mono art. There we go. Finally. I was wondering when he'd show up. Poor Bart's. I feel like he got done kind of dirty to this set. Feel like he got done kind of dirty. Most of 4, really. And 5. There we go. Yeah, I was really wanting a Ferris or Lena, right? Didn't get a whole lot from 5 other than Bart's and Choco and Boko. I'm getting all my Final Fantasies mixed up. I've been playing too long. Yeah, like that's the cool thing with it is the class system. Because it's really the one that introduced, you know, changing them as much as you want and just like a huge variety of them too. But yeah, the 4-Job Fiesta is a charity event that happens every year where you go to a website, you sign up, and then it tells you which 4 jobs you have to beat the game with. And you gotta screenshot yourself beating it with those 4. That's how I did my first playthrough of it. That's what we did for the complete playthrough stream. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Oh, Galacap. Oh no. They're so cute yet deadly. There it is. There it is. Suplex the train. I think this is the one card that everyone was ready to see. I think this was like the biggest hype card of the set. This little old common. And they nailed it. They nailed it. Yep. Oh, this jerk. This little piece of shit. There he is. Alright. Another Precious Wanderings. Right. Another Quaker Merchant. There we go. Slash of Light. Lunatic Pandora. I forgot Lunatic Pandora is just a common. Which, I don't know, seems kind of odd if you know anything about, 8. Suplex? Brad. Colton. Come on, man, that's from 6. When you can literally suplex the train with Sabin. Come on, man. Come on. You're a bigger nerd than this. Speaking of 6. I was kind of surprised that this was a red, but I guess, you know, you do fight the giant octopus. There we go. Poo-poo UFO. Someone that finished more of the Hildebrand quest the other night. Yeah, good old poo-poo. Black Waltz number 3. Oh yeah. The art on this one is absolutely sick. Absolutely sick. And it seems like it's going to be a pretty good card, too. We'll see what people can do with it. Ooh. Ooh, now we need Vanille. Yeah, it was a Sabin move. It was one of his body slams. Yeah, you can literally suplex the train, and the train literally has an animation for it where it goes off screen. Yeah, we gotta find Vanille. This is the one and only merge card set from the game. It's Fang and Vanille. Very interesting. When you get them in, you can flip them. They slowly become Ragnarok. There we go. Ooh, and there is our Odin. There is our Odin. The card everyone's kind of memeing about because of that second phase. It definitely fits them, that's for sure. All right. Will Operate Scout. Gone Tower of Ruin. The boy! The boy! There he is! Here he is! Graha! Graha! Our lad. Alright, I was worried I was not going to get a whole lot of FF14 representation. But they're slowly coming together. And again, not a signed one, though. Not a signed one. These, they've got a pretty low rate, huh? Alright, yeah. Good for Jonathan Bailey, because, you know, he's been busy. He's definitely, like, probably the biggest name in the cast right now. Making a new Jurassic Park and Wicked and all kinds of stuff. But I was watching an interview with him the other day where he talks a little bit about Graha, and it was nice to see him super excited about being able to play him, right? I've also been watching a little bit of Colin Ryan, you know, Alphano. He just met himself a couple weeks back in game, heard himself for the first time. You can go check him out. He's on Twitch, and I think he does upload VODs on YouTube. That's where we are. Wow, imagine that. I love Colin Ryan. He just seems he's been through a lot, and he just seems like such a nice guy. So I'm glad he's having a good time with his playthrough, right? All right. So we've gotten quite a few of those. Chocobo Kick, yeah. Now we're kind of at the repeats phase until we start getting up to the uncommons, right? I think we've got at least one of just about every common. There might be one or two that I'm missing in there somewhere. Gaius, tell me, for whom do you fight? A very glib. Hey, there's Snow. All right. Kind of interesting that Snow got a card. Some of the others didn't. Yeah, there's been some discourse lately about Snow. We'll get to all that in 13. But I mean, usually discourse in a game means, yeah, I had some interesting writing, and I think there's a lot we're going to be talking about with him when we get to our 13 playthrough. Our token 7 moment. There we go. Ambrosia Woodblock. Hey, look at that. Look at that. It's Clive's Chocobo. Yay. That's a Woodblock, so of course it's going to get a sleeve. Very cool. Overdweller. First Titan. You know, we haven't really had a whole lot of repeat summons, which I'm kind of knock on wood about. But, you know, we've had like 2 different Cerberuses, but they were the 2 different arts. So that's that. I mean, I have no problem with that at all. Yeah, we're getting a nice, ooh, foil Matoya. Interesting. Did not expect that at all. Okay. All right. All right, there we go. Vector. I'm kind of surprised Gestalt didn't show up in some form or another. I think people were really kind of surprised by that. Not even, he doesn't even, I think, get any artwork on any of the cards. Angelo! Hey, looky there. Looky there. I was hoping I'd get an Angelo token. I don't even know if I have Renoa yet. We do have Rufus, though, so we can use Darkstar. But yeah. I am kind of surprised. Like, genuinely surprised that Gestalt did not have more of a presence in some form or another. Okay. Whew. All right. Give me a second to, like, stretch a bit. Oh, get that gamer posture back. There we go. We're like down to the last couple rows in the box. We're getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, so far I've been very happy. But I am still looking for a couple of those up there. There we go. You know, we've still got a couple more boxes on the way. So just kind of bear that in mind. This isn't the last stream of this. We'll be doing another one with the higher value stuff a little bit later. A couple weeks probably. It depends how long it takes them. And some cool art for Magic Damper there. Another Cloudborn, or Cloudbound. Another Ifrit. There we go. Another Ahriman. Another Lunatic. Crossroads. Hey. Jump scare. These guys. These things again. Ugh, the bane of my existence. Alright, Valkyrie aerial unit. The Lionheart, which I know a lot of 8 fans were really upset about. Not being like a mythic or rare, and instead we got, you know, go. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright. Alright, Dark Knight's Greatsword. Alright, I feel like we've just about rounded out all the equipments. Jill, there we go. Just the regular Jill. But still one I'm excited to see. Yeah. Here we go. And her version of Shiva. Yeah, Shiva's got a couple in here because of the way 16 works. There we go. Foil Gala Cat. First Federation Center. That's another new one. So we've got a good spread of lands that we've gotten so far. And Bird. And Wizard. Yeah, I really like the Surge foils and Surge art for Jill. That version of the Shiva is really, really cool. Yeah. Well, Buster Sword, I think, is a mythic, isn't it? So, like, that's like 1 in every maybe 5 packs of that. I don't know how many mythics we're at right now, but it's not a lot. It's not a great pull rate. Okay. Oof. All right, so we got some more ice magic. I feel like we've gotten ice magic before. We've got a lot of doubles right now. Blitzball shot with Blitzball. Okay. Iron Giant. Hey, Prompto. There we go. I'll admit it's. I've been laughing pretty hard at all of the grognards just mauling about this card and the fact that there's a selfie in a Magic set. You know, die mad nerds. This is Prompto, man. This is what he does. This is what he does. We love him for it. All right. Ooh, Gallow's Final Act. We haven't seen this one yet either. Yeah, this is really our only Gallo representation. Okay. Yep. Sees again. Yeah, that Sephi was probably on my luck. I mean, I believe it. I believe it. All right, another side quest, catch fish. Hey, there we go. Hey, nice. This is, I think our first that's got the numbered on the back. Yeah. There you go. Oh, as I send it flying everywhere. It's just Arden. Not the one I would have chosen, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, our first borderless art, the alt art there. And a shiny red mage rapier. Laying. Yeah. All right, which art? Yashal greens. Yashal greens. There we go. All right. There you go. An interesting pack. I'm pretty happy with it. I'll take it. Okay. Fortunately, these are just kind of... They're kind of there. I mean, they're going to be worth a little more than just like the regular variants, but, you know, without the Surge foil, they're just kind of... Yeah, they're kind of nice. You really got to get the Surge foils from the collector boosters if you want the, like, high money ones. But again, that's not why we're doing this, right? Because we're huge nerds, and if I had the money, I'd buy that Fender Stratocaster. Absolutely. Not even a question. Okay. All right, I might need another. I might need to get some more sleeves out here in a bit. We're almost through this sleeve pack. There we go. Another Chokamog. Item shopkeep. All right. Well, we have the weapons vendor. I think we haven't had an item shopkeep. I think maybe we got one in the very first pack. Couldn't see it all that well. All right, Marlboro. Bow. Another stuck in Summoner Sanctum. Okay, our first world map. Very nice. The old staple. The old staple of every Final Fantasy game. Shantado. There we go. I was wondering when we'd see Shantado pop up. Really our only major FF11 representation, but yeah, even though I've never played it, I still know who she is. Yeah. There we go. Another Ultros. Doesn't quite beat our foil Ultros, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, we didn't have a Dragoon's Lance yet either. There's Vanille. There she is. So we can do the Ragnarok, the merger. Yeah, we got him. Nice. Yeah, I have to dig those out and put them together here a little bit later. Xenos Galvus, my friend. My enemy. Alright, Charlene. And Hero. Alright. Take a look. Take a look at old Xenos here. He flips as well. Alright, so we got that, and then he flips over to Shinryu. Yeah. This is just the regular art version of him. Alright. Alright, let's start to get some more 14 stuff in. Okay. I think we're down to our last like 5 packs or so. Ugh. But that's all right. Once we get through all the other boxes, then it's, you know, it'll be time to look at the singles and all of that. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong. Everyone says, oh, buy the singles. One, I don't think, for the reasons that I've already talked about, I don't think the singles is really going to go all down as much as a lot of the diehard Magic fans think it will. At least for the high, you know, the rarer stuff. The, you know, common chaff will be fine. I don't have any issues with that. But, yeah, I think it's fine to open some boxes, especially when you want so many cards that you don't know where to start. And then you can kind of go back through and fill in the holes a little bit later. There we go. Airship Crash. The Esper. Fate of the Suncrist. White Aura Sight. Okay, our first Laughing Mad. There we go. Terra over there on her Magitech. Radia's Return. Wonderful moment in Final Fantasy history. Here we go. Hey, there's Renoa. Have an Angelo to go with her. I think maybe we got a Renoa a little bit earlier. But it must have been like 20 packs ago. Prima Vista, alright. Okay. Oh, bumping things again. After all that work to make sure I wouldn't do it. Alright, so magic card. It was kind of a flavor fail that they didn't actually draw a magic card on the magic card. I still do not have this mount, by the way. That's too much for me. Even as a 14 tragic, it's too much. And another Regalia. All right, so we got 2 of those and a shiny Zac. Okay, and Insomnia. All right. That's our first rare, I think, double. I think that's our first repeat in the rare cycle. All right, but it is a Regalia. I see it all the time. Every time I mount up anyways. All right. So now that we're kind of getting down to the last few, I think we're ready to kind of like speed through some of these. Just focus on the new, right? There we go. Another Gubu. Scorpion. Curl. Vincent. The Hero of Light. There we go. That one's also getting a hard shell. That's absolutely getting a hard shell. All right, so that makes... Wait. I've been trying so hard to, like, do new things on stream. It's just a lot to keep track of when my keyboard's at an awkward angle. There we go. So we got 2 Amano arts. Very excited. Okay. Mega. There we go. And Tifa. Yeah, we don't have a Tifa Lockhart yet either. Yeah. Still waiting. There's Graha. There he is. There's the lad. I can get it focused. There we go. Summoner's Grimoire. I forgot this one was a rare. It was kind of a surprise. Out of all of the like equipment cards, for some reason the summoners are rare. Starting Town. All right. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. Shiny Noctis. Wow, that was a 4 rare pack. All right, because yeah, the Hero of Light's a rare too, just in the FCA. Look at that. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. You can see how the foiling is not on the entire picture. It's like, yeah, they did a very good job with it. Okay. All right. Yeah, we've got a lot to go through with this pack. Okay, give me a bit. Give me a bit. Okay. Not what I expected at all. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about Noctis for a little bit. Kind of forgot he was around. Even though I've got his outfit in 14. All right. Oof. I got a hunch. I got a hunch a bit. I've been hugging this tripod for almost 2 hours now. Oh no. Careful with that one. There we go. All right. And we'll do like a review at the very end. Not like, are the cards good review. Just like a card review of what all we got a little bit later. Oh, give me a second. I gotta stand, man. It's oh. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a fun time watching along. Thanks a ton for like coming and sitting with me a little bit as we check out all this stuff. It's been fun for me. I've been looking forward to it. All right. Do my stretches. Okay. Bam. As always, like, subscribe. Hit me up on the old blue skies. You can find my go live notices there. But we do a bit of everything. At some point, we need to do another guitar stream too, because it's been a while since we've done one of those. Oh. All right, but we still don't have the 3 characters that we're looking for. I'm gonna move this. My bop again. There we go. Yeah, we still don't have Y'shtola, Vivi, or Eidolon. Those are the big ones. Those are my chases. I mean, in terms of just like general chase cards, and obviously any of the Surge foils, the neon art chocobos, all of that, and we'll be getting into all of that a little bit later. But yeah, for me personally, like these are the cards that I really wanted when they first announced the set. I was like, oh no, my wallet. It was definitely Y'shtola, Eidolon, and Vivi as the reveals came out. I mean, I really wanted the twins. I'll be getting the commander decks tomorrow at the pre-release, but yeah, they don't. The twins don't get a main set card. No Alpha, no, and Alizé. But I am probably going to spend more than I probably should for how much I make it work on the promo cards that they just revealed today. Hey, Monk's Fist. This is our first Monk's Fist. Here we go. Hey, there's Van. Here's Van. Another FCA. Very nice. Hey. Good boy. It's a fine hound. There we go. Normal Ambrosia. We pulled the wood block for her a little bit earlier. Oh, the Demon Wall. Oh, the Demon Wall. I do enjoy that it is literally a Demon Wall. Flavor win on that one. Choco. There he goes. Man, maybe I will be making a Chocobo deck at this point. We're just getting all the Chocobros. Okay. Trino. There we go. Our first Trino. That's surprising, just being common. Oh, Kefka. Kefka. There he is. There he is. Oh, oh, oh yeah. Not the signed one. Again, the signed ones are just, I don't know. Probably only get like 1 to 2 per box, it looks like. So far, I've only gotten 1. We've got a fair amount of art cards. Yeah, only the 1 signed so far. Okay. Okay. And FCA. Whoop. All right. There were actually more in here than I thought. These boxes are a lot deeper than you think. They're not very big. They just kind of surprise you. All right. Oop. All right, but we are getting down to the wire, man. We're getting down to the wire, and we're still missing some that I really wanted. That's all right. They're not going anywhere. We got the singles market, a couple more boxes, and of course the pre-release tomorrow. I'm kind of curious what I'm gonna get for the pre-release. Knowing my luck so far, it's just gonna be like the most random assortment of colors that you can possibly imagine. I'll be doing like a chocobo. I'll be doing like a chocobo equipment deck. Ooh. Ooh. My favorite video game intros of all time. I absolutely love the intro to 6. I mean, everything about 6 is fantastic, but oh, there we go. There's Choco Comet. Yeah, 6 in general, just it's something special, man. There's Red Comet. I was wondering where he'd be. He'll cause problems on purpose. Another Ardbert. Cargo ship. All right, there are Ninja Blades. I forgot Ninja Blades was a rare. That's why I hadn't seen it yet. Here we go. Oil Blazing Bomb. I see another art card. Oh, yay! 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 It's not the Mogi Y'shtola playable card, but I might mark that one down anyways. Mommy Y'shtola. Oh, this is, I mean, the moment that they revealed this art and the fact that she was going to be a commander, like that's that's when I immediately knew I was going to be spending way too much money on this set. This is the card that made me buy everything. Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. Y'shtola, you get a hard shell case. You get a hard shell case. I mean, to be honest, I will probably go through and hard shell most of just the regular art cards. Like, I know she's not signed. It's like, oh, that'll be worth 15 cents or whatever. But it's not about that. It's not about that. She's like one of my favorites. She's one of my favorites. Here we go. 14 fans know. I know you're out there. You watched my role-playing guide. Don't you try and hide. Okay. Yeah, I think we are just about at the point of needing some more sleeves. I still got a few in there. All right. Okay, now I think we're down to 3 packs after this. I think. Unless there's some more, like, hidden down there somewhere. It's definitely possible. Alright, so we got the combat tutorial. Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes too, Titus. That's how I feel sometimes too. Alright, we got a bunch of repeats. Another Reno and Rude. Haven't seen them in a bit. Another Snow. Another Ultimacia. Ooh, alright, we're getting a decent array of crystals. I don't know if we have them all yet. I can't remember if we've seen the fire crystal yet or not. But we're getting pretty close to the full set. Shiny Blitzball. Why not? Alright, Windhurst Federation Center, alright. Yeah, I might have to run down and get some more sleeves tonight. I might have to. I mean, I have more sleeves for the stream. But like, yeah, this is a bigger stack than I thought. It's chunking. This doesn't include the ones I've already got in the box beside me. It's a chunky set. All right, yeah, we're down to the last 3 packs. Okay. We're getting there. Ugh. All right, you're not alone again. I think this one was still kind of blurry when we looked a little bit earlier, so there you go. Okay. Oh, Light of Judgment. We haven't seen this one yet. Of course, Kefka finally gaining his power. Splitting the world. Alright, Seth. Again, Toad. Okay. These are all repeats. Ah, Coliseum Behemoth. There we go. This one they were holding out on a while during the reveals. Pretty much until the last couple of days, everyone was like, you know, where's the Behemoth? Like, they can't have a magic set and not have a Behemoth creature, right? It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Yeah. God. King of the Dwarfs. Doing in my home. Love him. Love him. Swallowed by Leviathan. Way back in the early days. And there's pretty much our only Ferris representation. I'm kind of sad about that. I really wanted 5 to have a little bit more. Especially for Ferris. I mean, just this one art that she gets, she looks so cool. Alright. Xanarkin. Oh no. Don't cry, everybody. Don't cry. Sorry, I couldn't show you Xanarkin. Well, I am showing you Xanarkin. What are you talking about? It's right here. Evil Reawakened Shiny. Somnia Crown City. And Hero. Alright. Alright, we got a good stack of rares and stuff so far. I'm honestly surprised because I feel like we've gotten we've got a pretty good stack of things that I would consider like kind of rare or worth sleeving right off the bat, right? Like we got a pretty good stack here. Okay. You know, I know there's going to be a lot of grumbling about pull rates and stuff as more collector boxes and stuff get open, but I mean, for just being a regular play booster box set, I've got a lot that I'm pretty happy with. Right, Sinian Elders, Fat Chocobo. All right, Sage's new lists again. Out of Darkness. Hey, and Gold Saucer. I don't think we've seen the Gold Saucer yet. Here we go. All right, there's our first Garland too. Okay, I'll take a look at his flip into Chaos. Any bros want to go kill Chaos with me? All right. Oh, Doubleheimer Flame. It's not the woodblock, but it is mythic. Unfortunately, I think that means that we're not going to get Vivi. Yo. Yeah. I've only got one pack left. I'm not expecting another mythic out of that one. But that's okay. Because again, this is just the first of 2 streams. Next stream, I don't know, indeterminate date. We got a box coming tomorrow when pre-release happens, but the next one's coming from Amazon, so it's whenever they get that one to me. Okay, last pack. Give me something good. Let's hope for the best, guys. Okay, yeah, Call of the Mountain Chocobo. Utrub Forayer. Oh, sorry. Commune with Beavers. Speak with Beavers. That's Flan. Another Choco Mog. The World Map. And Hillgagus. Tonberry. Oh no. Spooky. So spooky. Ah. Oh, hey, Zidane. I'm surprised we didn't have a Caesardane walking around yet. There we go. Sleep Magic with Ico. Ico and Mog. Sorceress's Schemes. Hey. Hey, alright. I'll take Lightning. There we go. Just the standard art, but that's fine. There we go. So we did get another mythic. Kind of surprising. A foil Shiva. All right. So there we have it. There we have it. Our last pack. Our last pack out of 30. Oh, my back's killing me. Oh, my back is killing me. Well, it's not just like I'm not just like sitting way straight. I'm like curled around right now. It's very awkward. All right, but we got a fairly nice amount to go through, right? Got a couple more mythics than I thought. Yeah, a lot of good FCAs. Oh man. Yeah, he needs Kafka. You need to get an art shell. You need to get in a top loader. There we go. I'll take another look at you in a second. If I can get him in. All right. Okay, so yeah, the starting town. We got 2 Regalias. That's, I think, the only thing I'm kind of upset about. Is we got doubles of that. Xenos, of course. Arden the Usurper. Non-foil. Some art cards. Yashel Greens. Jill. Ambrosia. Yeah, I'm really happy with the wood blocks that we got today. Foil Matoya, just traditional foil. There we go. Primal Odin. The boy. Oh, I did get a fire crystal. All right. So I feel like we're getting pretty close. I need to put those to the side. Lunar whale. Aru. Aw. I'm so happy I got this as an art card. I'm so happy I got that. Here we go. Answer chakrams. There we go. Yeah, this was just a standard. Here we go. Lindblom. This one I was excited about. Our wood block. Alex and Crystal Fragments. Yeah. Galia. Memories of Nibelheim. Alright. I'm kind of surprised that I got the Masamune. 2 Gregs. Woodblock and normal. Yeah. Days of Amarot. Go. There we go. Gold Bez. Yeah, I think this video probably end up getting a hard shell case too. Really, most of the art cards. Again, I really cannot believe how good these art cards look in person. And when you guys start opening packs of your own and you start getting some, you'll understand. The ink that they use for this is so rich. Now the problem is now I'm gonna have to find like UV protective casing, unless I just want to keep them holed away forever. But that's not fun. That's not what I want. But yeah, you know, going through all these rares, we didn't get any extended arts that I can tell. So maybe that is something kind of exclusive, and this is our only signed art card. Here we go. Of course I'm gonna give old Tros a sleeve. There you go. All right. Regular Greg. Seymour. Woodblock Shiva. And Red Mage Rapier. Actually, I gotta switch that one to the... I gotta switch that sleeve to the foil one I got later. So those are like just all the... those are like most of the rares, and then obviously, you know, the hard shells. These are the ones... These are like the good ones. These are either my favorites or like cards that I'm genuinely surprised that I got. So we got the Hero of Light. Noctis in the foil. There we go. There we go. So we did get 2 Amano arts. And the Nomura Sephiroth. Not in foil, but that's still fine. I really wanted Nomura and Amano arts. That's really all I was really hoping for most of the time. That's all right. We've still got a chance to get Mogi Y'shtola and all of those with our next boxes next time. But yeah, you know, it's been a while since we've done a card pack opening. They're a little tricky. This setup is not great. I'm kind of debating how I'm going to change the setup for the next time. But thanks a ton, everybody, for coming and checking out the pulls. I'm very, very happy that the set is out. I'm excited to get to the pre-release tomorrow and have a good time there. So I will see you there. Text me whenever. Text me, Brad, when you want to head down, because I'm fine going down early and picking up my my pre-order stuff. But yeah, I'm very happy with the grand majority of stuff that I got. You know, a couple misses, but some surprises in there too. So yeah, keep an eye out. We will do some more box pulls when they get here. There's no ETA on it. Probably take a couple weeks. I think Amazon said that it would be arriving on the 17th, but I've heard that they've been shipping out some stuff early. But outside of that, yeah, we've got a pretty busy weekend. I don't know about any streams that we'll be doing then. But then next week we got to finish out FF9 and yeah, trying to get into a few more things. I'm still debating on finishing Expedition 33 on stream or just doing it off stream. I got some guitar stuff that we need to get done. So yeah, like I said, we do a little bit of everything here. But that being said, I am gonna go stretch, and if it's dry enough out, go for a walk or something. All right, you take care, everybody. Thanks a ton. Like, subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.